Andy Power.
Hello.
It's freezing cold.
It is.
Middle of winter. A beginner. Top 3 tips for catching winter F1s. What would they be?
In the winter, first one, scale down. Forget your heavy lines that you're fishing in the summer. Fishing lighter lines, particularly your hook length, can get you a lot more bites, especially when the water goes clear and it's cold. But make sure you've got balanced tackle. So I'll say that if you're fishing a lighter hook length, you need lighter elastic to go with it to make sure you land every fish and you're not getting broke on your hook length. So if you scale down, make sure your elastics are suit. So I've got like a 10 or a 9 hollow or even an 8, but I'm only fishing sort of 09 or 10 or 010 hook lengths rather, 010 power line. So nice and balanced tackle. If I hook a bigger fish, I'll just take my time, land it, and it definitely gets you more bites in the winter, fishing lighter.
Tip number 2, a good one that you said to me earlier was about depths.
Depths.
About making sure you cover all your depths in your peg.
Yeah, so especially on an F1 venue, you'll find that with the colder nights, the water is changing temperature quite often, and there'll be a certain depth that the fish want to be at or want to feed at. So by covering your depths, so I've got like 4.5 foot in front of me up to the island, I can pick say maybe 3 foot or 2 foot, and then there'll be one depth that's better than the rest. So once you find that certain depth, you can then sort of maybe set another line up on the same depth and try and focus on catching fish at that depth. So definitely have a plumb around at the start, make sure you cover your options, different depths of your peg, and hopefully you'll find the right depth.
Lovely. And lastly, I think one thing people struggle with, especially in the winter, is shotting patterns.
Shotting patterns, right? So maybe in the summer months I'm a little bit more positive. Maybe there's more shot towards the hook, just to pin the bait down in amongst a lot of fish. But in winter you can afford to maybe fish slightly longer hook lengths. So I've got maybe a 5-inch hook length there, and I've got a strung out shotting pattern just to slow the bait down as it drops through the water. With the water being clear, the fish sort of watch it fall through, and you can get a lot more bites by fishing on the drop with strung out shotting patterns. So you can experiment for that throughout the day. You can move it around, maybe spread it right out, maybe fish lighter floats as well, and just sort of experiment with how the fish react to it. It's not all sort of like a rush in the summer where you're trying to bomb the rig down and be really positive to catch fish quickly. Just fishing lighter rigs sometimes, strung out shotting patterns can get you a lot more bites. Likewise, shotting down your floats. So you see underneath the float there, I've got a number 12 dot, just to sort of dot the float down nicely. And what you can also do is when you've got it down to a pimple, add a little bit of bristle grease just on to the very end, and that'll help you dot it right down to a little dimple and see those tiny little bites.